Today on the WTF Crypto Space podcast, we talk cryptocurrency memes. We also talk about how to protect yourself from hardware wallet scams. All this and more on the WTF Crypto Space podcast. Stay tuned. You're smart. You know to listen to suggestion and make your own decisions, right? We're just two Aussie brothers talking shit about cryptocurrency. So, do yourself a favor, research the topics before doing anything financially. Now for that banging intro music.
Welcome to WTF is Crypto Space. I'm Brett.
And I am Chad.
This podcast is all about the crypto space.
Shout out time! The time has come to shout out!
So, Chad, huge shout out to our buddies who joined us this week from Mandurah in Western Australia.
Ba-boom!
Also in Logan Lee, Queensland. Thanks for binge listening. We appreciate it.
Fantastic,
and
guys.
Singapore topping the list
Smashing
this week.
that, guys. You guys are going cray up there. Also, we've got Edgewater. Edgewater is a different place. That's near me. New York. We also have Columbus, Ohio. And we have a lot of representation from the United States. You guys are like the forefront of this whole movement. So today's topics, we're going to talk about crypto memes. You know, we're from the millennials. We like to have some memes in our cryptos. And also a brutal scam. You've written brutal scam on here. Well, I haven't heard anything about this. So let's go with crypto memes. So let's define, if anyone's a bit older than the age of, say, what are you, 32? So 32, then a meme is simply a display of an image and some words over something. The image is from pop culture and the words are to have a dig at someone. That is a meme. They also, they represent basically about 50 to 55% of the entire connections that the millennials have as per what people older than us think. So, because apparently we can't have real relationships or connections because we have the internet. That's untrue. So, Brett, we're going to go through some memes, some memes. You ready?
Hit it.
I've picked some ones. So we've got, I'll describe them. For anybody blind, I'm just going to describe, if you know who Hugh Jackman is, at one point he was the Wolverine from X-Men Days of Future Past. So he's written, just because, open bracket, someone, close bracket, Bitcoin stumbles and loses their path doesn't mean they're lost forever. Basically, you guys can go out here and check it out yourself. It's much funnier than me describing it. The experience, I would say, was kind of like me describing a porno to you. You just have to go and have a look for yourself. Now, Brett, if you would like to go on to the next part, you've written brutal scam.
Well, Chad, before we hit that point, I thought we'd start with some fun.
Oh, Frick with Ask Questions. Oh, I love that section.
Yes.
So, Brett, what is a hard wallet now? Forget what I just said previously in the last 30 seconds. What does a hard wallet mean? Hardware wallet mean?
Thanks for correcting. So, for those who aren't aware, a hardware wallet is a mnemonic sentence for backup.
Cool. What does that mean?
A hardware wallet is a device that you can actually store your crypto key.
Yeah.
And all of your information about your cryptocurrency. So, as you can appreciate, you can have your information about your cryptocurrency on an exchange. You can have it on a paper wallet. You can have it on a web wallet or a hardware wallet. Now, they have different levels of security. Like we've said before, Chad, two of the ones that we recommend is Jack's Wallet,
yes.
which is a web wallet.
Not a sponsor.
Yep.
We'll take sponsorship, though.
Yeah,
we'll
thanks, guys. You're welcome to come along to the party. And also Exodus, which is a web wallet as well.
Yep, absolutely.
But in the hardware wallets, there is a few different hardware wallets, some of which include Trezor, KeepKey, Ledger Wallet, just to name the popular ones.
Now, from a point of view of a musician, when you buy something like Cubase or you buy Pro Tools. Some people have heard of Pro Tools. There is a thing that you need to buy with it. It's called I think it's called a log key or something. It's a USB that you put in the computer that allows them to know that you're with you because it's physical. You can actually use anyone else's Pro Tools or Cubase if you have your little key that goes into it and then recognizes that you can use that because you have the license. I'm looking at the internet and it looks like hardware wallets are similar to that. Am I correct?
Look, absolutely, Chad. And look, the thing about it is that if you have an infected computer, just because you have an infected computer doesn't mean that it will reveal your crypto key. So the idea is that you can communicate with your computer from this separate device, okay? And it has a layer of protection.
Is it advised to do something like this?
Look, it's Ellen the other day was on and said, remember we did the podcast, we talked about her.
Ellen was on, Ellen DeGeneres was on our show. You guys should go back and listen to that. The episode in the feed.
We were saying she had a bit of a poke at the fact that you would leave your life savings on a bit of plastic. Now, there is risks, and naturally you get a seed key that goes with this, and what happens is you back up that information. And the idea is that you would store that in a separate location away from your keep key or your Trezor or your Ledger Nano.
Okay. So it's kind of like what should be happening in certain places in the world with guns. You should be storing your bullets away from your guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you should be storing one key away from the other key. If they're both together, then you're buggered.
Absolutely. So your private key and your public key should be separated.
So Brett, let's go into this brutal scam. I'm going to click on this link because
before you do, Chad,
listen.
Hold that thought for a second. Let me explain the scam. So a guy buys a Ledger Nano wallet on eBay, okay, and they stole all of his cryptocurrency. So he lost 34,000, I'm guessing USD, which was his life savings, right?
God.
Now. The important thing to hear is it does have a happy ending, not for the gentleman, but we will explain for the listeners so that they learn from this lesson. So we'll go through. So with regards to the Ledger Nano, okay, he's bought it from a reputable eBay store. The seller had good star points, and therefore they were deemed to be a reputable buyer, right? He's bought it, it's packaged, it's sealed, and it's all protected, okay?
Yes.
And then he's received that, and he's got one of those sort of, it comes with a card, right? And usually when you open it up, it's very professional. It looked very professional for this guy. And so what actually happened was he took that information and normally what happens with the crypto key is that, with your seed key, is that you'll actually write down the seed wallet. So the first time you switch on the device, you'll write down the seed wallet and therefore it has some level of randomization to it.
Yes.
He already got one with a scratch card, a bit like a scratchy. It was professional. Yeah. You could scratch it off, all the bits and pieces, and there's images, etc. online. But the thing is, what he did was he opened that and went, oh, okay, so that's my key. So I thought, well, it must be randomized by a computer. No problem. So open that link, Chad, so you can have a bit of a read while we're doing this bit. And so what happened then was he put all his money on there. He had about 8,000 and it went up to about 20,000. He made a bit of money. And so he bought, a couple of different cryptos. And so what ended up happening was here's how it happened. So the scam was the fact that the scratch-off paper revealed his seed words, right? Whereas normally for you buying one of these wallets is you will get the random words from the device itself.
Yep. Okay. I see where this is going.
Does that make sense?
So he uses the seed words on the thing to register a wallet on his device, which happened to actually be someone else's wallet.
Yeah. So someone had pre-set up a wallet.
Oh shit!
Issued the keys under this scratch proof. Even paid to have scratch proof paper. Right? Yeah. Which is highly costly, but obviously they've found out someone who's gone, put it into their system thinking it was just a normal a hardware wallet, nice, safe, secure. They've gone, they've made some money, and about 5 months later, they got him. They conned him.
Oh my Christ. All right, well that's just not great at all. Because okay, let's go through the steps again. So he bought a hardware wallet expecting it to be the extra most safe thing ever possibly can do. Is that correct?
There's pictures of the scam wallet. If you click on that link, and you guys, we're going to put it in the description below.
And then he got it, received it, and there was another card inside the particular thing that didn't have anything to do with the actual wallet, but he used it and actually registered the wallet with this seed instead of the.
So someone has gone to the length of creating a professional looking box that looks exactly like the Ledger wallet, doing all the printing,
right?
Then creating that from a printer. Then putting in the separate keys, so you can imagine that there's probably 100 or 1,000 of these out there.
Yes.
And what they're doing is, look, some people may only have like, $100 or $1,000 on there, but they scored this guy and went, wow, we've hit the jackpot, and go, okay, we've got this Ledger wallet, no problem, and $34,000 later, very costly, very costly.
So please just tell me there's something happy that comes out of this.
Well, all I can say is for our listeners, be aware. Make sure that your seed key with any of these cryptocurrency wallets or any hardware wallet, what will happen is that you'll get a quality wallet will only give you the seed key. Okay, so you won't get any words before you have your key.
Right.
The device will give you the words. That's the only way that the words will be issued.
Oh, man, I'm looking at this right now. Yes, it is scratch paper. Yes, it's all like the Ledger logo. It's got recovery sheet. It's got scratch this to find out your recovery word and blah, blah, blah. Shit, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad news. Well, that sucks. So what do we say at the start of the show, Brett? Do some research. Think about it. Research again. Think about it. And research again, because you can be trapped out with this. Because again, this is not hacking. This is a simple registering something with something else and then transferring your money into it.
You've got to pay this one, Chad. I mean, this was a huge scam. The amount of effort that's gone into this scam.
Yeah, super elaborate scam.
Guaranteed that each one of these. So you think if you're selling one of these wallets for maybe $129, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you're expecting, no problem, I paid the normal price, I've got everything else. What's probably happened is it may be in the vicinity of more than a couple of $100 for them to have pulled off this scam.
Yeah, more than... Well, if you're going to make 34 grand USD or any type of money...
It was worth their investment. Yeah,
it was worth their investment. And I bet you they justified this as I'm testing people's security and ability to deal with this particular thing.
Anyway.
Because everyone... You got to remember that no one's evil and everyone can justify why they're doing things. And that'll be their justification. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so... I'm actually... My pain, my heart is very sore for that person. That's their life savings. That's that's everything they've ever earned. That's crazy. And especially in America being so having not as much money coming in and blah, blah, blah. And
try and keep with it. So, guys, I hope we've learned a lesson from this one after storytelling time today.
Yeah, well, guys, that's a good reason why we had the crypto memes. Go up there and find something funny and lighten your day, because my day, that is, I'm feeling a bit for that person. Anyway, guys, let's just say this. Thank you so much for listening. Like us once and comment twice on the chat below. Brett, we have a Twitter.
WTF Cryptospace.
Brett, we have a Facebook group.
Cryptospace.
Also, Brett, we have a new website.
Oh, we do. It's www.wtfcryptospace.com.
Don't forget, guys, click subscribe to this podcast and get the podcast in your weekly feeds every Wednesday, 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But until next time, I'm Chad.
And I'm Brett.
Let's get excited about the crypto space.
The transition has begun.